Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, you remind me of butterfly dolls. Waist tight with a body like gold. Hit you with the Dougie Fresh pose.
She a freak, she a dancer. She gon' pop it on camera. Throw it back if you nasty.
Oh! Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low.
Google Pixel 8.
Red light, green light, go.
Christmas, we've got it covered.
I've been looking for this all my life.
The latest blockbusters.
Hercule Poirot, I've found something. They protected me.
And festive favourites.
Yippee-ki-yay.
From $4.99 a month.
Whoa, that was epic.
It's not what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Disney Plus. Nobody does Christmas better.
When you're a kid and people ask you, what do you want to be? They usually mean when you grow up. But I didn't know what I wanted to be from the start. In the end, finding out where I belonged helped me discover where I came from. I was born in West London, but I was made in the Royal Navy.
Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.
The following programme is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
Just one sleep away now until something very, very special. Welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is Riyadh season and Day of Reckoning is fast approaching. Today, we make it official. Today is weigh-in day. Hello, welcome everyone to the DAZN Boxing Show with two new best friends, two besties now. Darren Barker and Sergio Mora, two former world champions. We make it official today, champs. Yeah?
It gets no bigger than this. Like, I'm buzzing. Just give me that first bell of the first fight now.
It's almost like the crescendo is happening, isn't it? I think we came here and we thought, okay, and now all of a sudden, it's taken off, Sergio.
Crescendo is the right word because, you know, it started little by little. Every day it's getting more massive, and the intensity. I mean, you could see it in the way that the fighters are acting. I mean, the chip on their shoulder is getting bigger and bigger. It's time to fight.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I think it was the face-offs yesterday.
Right.
Particularly that one between Jarrell Miller and Daniel Dubois. It's like, okay, it's now no longer happiness, no longer kumbaya around the fire. We're here to fight.
Yeah, so it's like the last opportunity, well, one of the last opportunities to really try and get in the mind of your opponent. This will be the last. It's the last time they can really try and plant some seeds, really put some doubt in their opponent. And yeah, you can just feel it. The energy in this arena right now is incredible.
It is absolutely fantastic right now. Make sure you scan the QR code to you don't want to miss what is going to be a really spectacular event in less than 24 hours time. And just a quick reminder of what you can expect on Saturday.
Live on DAZN pay-per-view, December 23rd. Day of Reckoning. The sun is rising as the biggest names in boxing, Joshua versus Wilder.
Right hand.
And Wilder versus Parker, headline a history-making boxing card.
Down he goes.
Witness the furnace of fight night. Reckoning is in the ring. Live on DAZN pay-per-view, December 23rd. Buy now at DAZN.com.
All right, let's make this official. Mr. Thomas Schreiber is waiting for us. So let's go downstairs. It's time for the weigh-ins.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in as we get set for Day of Reckoning, a great night of World Championship Boxing to be held tomorrow, live from Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would first like to extend a big thank you to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, Turkey Al-Sheikh. This great event is being presented by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions for Riyadh Season and National Event Center in association with the General Entertainment Authority, Gold Star Promotions, and Sella. It will be televised live globally on DAZN pay-per-view in the UK and Ireland on TNT Sports Box Office, and in the United States on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Let's now welcome our first two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBC Continental Americas and NABO Heavyweight Championships. It is brought to you in association with Lou DiBella's DiBella Entertainment and Warriors Boxing. Let's first welcome the challenger, coming to us from Otahuhu, New Zealand. He brings a professional record of 20 wins, 2 defeats, with 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Let's welcome Junior Fa. And now we welcome the defending champion, a native of Guantanamo, Cuba, now fighting out of Miami, Florida, USA. He is undefeated with 23 wins, 16 of his 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBC Continental Americas and NABO Heavyweight Champion, Frank the Cuban Flash.
Tomorrow night, what do you have to do to win this fight?
Win by any means necessary.
And what is that going to be? What is necessary tomorrow?
Sticking to the game plan, doing everything that we've been training towards for the last 6 weeks. Execute on the night, come away with the win.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Junior Fa. Let's go speak now to Frank Sanchez. Waiting for his translator. Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
He's being billed as a future world champion. What does he have to do tomorrow night to be successful, and what does he want to show the world?
Está preparando como el futuro campeón. ¿Qué es lo que necesita hacer el día de mañana para poder llegar a eso? No, el día de mañana pues ganar y si se puede noquear, pues vamos a noquear. Pero venimos con todo, venimos bien preparados, vamos a ganar.
Tomorrow I have to win. If I'm gonna get the knockout, I'm gonna get the knockout.
All right, he's looking for the knockout. Good luck to you tomorrow night. Frank Sanchez.
Let's now welcome our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round international heavyweight contest. First, let's welcome, coming to us from Perth, Western Australia, bringing a professional record consisting of 41 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, 36 of his 41 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Mark the Viking Demori. And now we welcome, coming to us from Zagreb, Croatia. He was a 2016 Olympic bronze medalist and now as a professional is undefeated with 16 wins. 13 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Filip El Animal Hrgović. We welcome first to the scale, Mark Demori. $242.6 for Mark the Viking Demori. Now to the scale, Filip Hrgović. £246 for Filip El Animal Hrgović. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round international heavyweight contest.
Mark Demori there using a cushion, Sergio, too.
You gotta love that.
To make
I like
difference stand out.
I like the sense of humor. I mean, you're looking face to face with El Animal Hrgović, but yeah, standing on what? A 2-foot cushion? Is that a cushion?
2 foot's a bit extreme.
But well, he's much taller than Hrgović in that.
Just before he speaks to Todd very quickly, on Hrgović, a win isn't enough here.
No, he needs a dramatic KO inside 4 rounds.
All right, here with Mark Demori. Tomorrow night, you're not going to have that 2-foot cushion to stand on. How are you going to beat El Animal?
Balls and power.
Are you afraid of this guy? He's been the boogeyman in the heavyweight division for a while. A lot of people wouldn't even go in the ring with him.
A lot of respect. He's very good. I followed his career. Saw him as amateur. Don't get me wrong. I know he's brilliant, but I'm here to try and win.
All right, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Mark Demori. Now let's speak to the big Croatian. He wants to bring that pillow into the ring tomorrow so he can be the same height as you. Are you okay with that?
No problem, man. I'm ready for everything.
Yesterday you said you were planning on boxing him for a few rounds, but now have decided to go for the knockout right away. Is that still the game plan? And if you don't get the knockout, do you consider that a setback?
Today he was a little bit more polite, so I will think about. Maybe I give him a second chance, but I'm still mad. I want to punish him.
Do you think he lasts the distance with you?
No chance.
No chance. Look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
El Animal, Filip Hrgović, everyone.
Let's now welcome our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round cruiserweight contest. It is brought to you in association with Matchroom Boxing and Tasman Fighters. Let's welcome first, coming to us from Bromley, Kent, England. He brings an undefeated record with 17 wins, 7 of his 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the current WBO European champion, Ellis Zorro. And now we welcome from Sydney, Australia. He was a 2012 Olympian, now undefeated as a professional with 23 wins, 18 of his 23 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current Ring Magazine champion and the undefeated former IBF Cruiserweight champion of the world. Let's welcome Jai Opetaia. We welcome to the scale first, Ellis Zorro. 197.4 for Ellis Zorro. Now to the scale, Jai Opetaia. 198.4 for Jai Opetaia. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round cruiserweight contest.
Probably all saw there the Ring Magazine belt aloft behind Jai Opetaia, obviously still the ring champion, no longer IBF champion. But are we all in unison that he still is the #1 cruiserweight on the planet?
Without a shadow of a doubt. This doesn't get much tougher for Zorro. I expect Opetaia to climb up the pound-for-pound rankings very, very quickly.
I have to agree with Darren right there. I mean, what we're seeing with Opetaia is special. I mean, he does everything right from that southpaw angle. And I'm telling you right now, he's fighting guys that are undefeated, aren't accustomed to losing like Zorro. So this is a big stage for him to show that he's ready for even bigger stage by taking care of business like this.
Underdogs on the card. Why don't you think you're getting more respect from the public heading into this fight?
I don't know, man. I'm not really focused on that. I'm just focused on myself, you know. I'm not focused on what other people have been saying. People have been saying a lot throughout my whole career, my whole journey, and the way I've had success is just by focusing on myself.
How do you beat this guy?
We'll see when I get in there, man. There's no blueprint. He's an undefeated fighter. I'll have to figure it out when I get in there.
Look forward to seeing it.
Thank you, no problem.
All right. Ellis Zorro. Jai Opetaia. You're not a heavyweight, but you hit like a heavyweight. A lot of buzz around you. For those that have not seen you before, that will see you for the first time tomorrow night, what are they going to see?
Man, I'm just ready to get in the ring, you know. One more day, and I waited a long time. Let's go.
You're known for your brutal knockouts. Is that what you have in store for Ellis Zorro tomorrow night?
Just get in there and box smart. You know, the knockout comes, it comes. You know, we played the game.
He's soft-spoken, Eddie. I know you're not. What do you think he's going to do tomorrow night?
You'll see a future pound-for-pound star. You know, a guy that I think is going to be a multi-weight world champion. He is the best cruiserweight in the world. He's the Ring Magazine champion. You're going to see a special talent. You're going to see a great performance, and you're going to see the future of the cruiserweight, and I believe one day the heavyweight division as well.
High praise from Eddie Hearn. Jai Opetaia, good luck to you, sir.
Let's now welcome our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBA Intercontinental and NABF Heavyweight Championships. Brought to you in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, Eye of the Tiger Promotions, SES, and Blanco Sports. Let's first welcome the challenger, coming to us from Bochum, Germany, undefeated with 22 wins, 15 of his 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Ajit Kabayel. And we now welcome the defending champion, a native of Russia, now making his home in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He is undefeated with 18 wins, 17 of his 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBA, Intercontinental, and NABF heavyweight champion, Arslanbek, the Lion Makhmudov.
This is probably the biggest fight of your career. What can the fans expect to see from you tomorrow night?
Like usually, you know, guys, I come here for, I do my job, my best. I go for anyone. If against me, I will go for one way, it destroy. That's my own job. Thank you.
You're going for the destruction. How much of a challenge do you expect from Ajit?
Very good guy, very good boxer, top guy. I need kind of this opponent, but like I said, I do my job.
Good luck to you. No way this one goes the distance. My opinion, sorry.
Let's now welcome our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the WBA Super and IBO Light Heavyweight Championships of the World. Brought to you in association with World of Boxing Promotions, Matchroom Boxing, and Wasserman Boxing. Let's first welcome, coming to us from Manchester, England, he brings a professional record of 23 wins, just one defeat, 16 of his 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending IBO Light Heavyweight Champion of the World, Lyndon King Arthur. And let's now welcome a native of Kyrgyzstan, now fighting out of Indio, California, USA. He is undefeated with 21 wins, 11 of his 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBA Super Light Heavyweight Champion of the World, Dimitri Bivol.
Wagwan General.
Wagwan General.
Well, big up. All the original jungle is massive. The original dancehall jungle is there. General leave you alongside.
We welcome to the scale first, Lyndon Arthur. 174.2 for Lyndon King Arthur. Now we welcome Dimitri Bivol. 174.6 for Dimitri Bivol. Tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the WBA Super and IBO Light Heavyweight Championships of the World.
Darren, it's fantastic to see Dimitri Bivol back in action. Obviously, look, Fighter of the Year in 2022, but we haven't seen him since November 2022, so it's good to see him out.
Yeah, could inactivity be a chance for Lyndon Arthur to capitalise on? Not too sure. It doesn't get much tougher for the Englishman.
No, it doesn't get much tougher, but you know what? I think the experience he picked up in those 2 fights that he had with Anthony Yard, that's going to serve him well right here in this championship experience with Bivol, who's been a little bit inactive, but he has that long jab, that expert jab. Yard had a little bit of that too, so that experience is going to prepare him for this.
Here with Lyndon Arthur, bright lights, big city. What's this week been like for you as you get set to face one of the best pound-for-pound stars in the game?
Yeah, it's been exciting. Took it all in, like I said the other day, and I'm ready to go. I'm excited. It's not less than 24 hours away. I'm excited.
Your best punch is the jab. You're known for doing that, but so too is he. What do you expect this fight to look like when the bell rings?
We'll find out tomorrow. I know that might be the battle of the jabs. It might not be, but let's go.
And what's your message to your fans watching right now?
Tune in, stay tuned, and keep watching.
Good luck to you. Lyndon Arthur. And here he is, Dimitri Bivol. We haven't seen you in the ring in a long time. Do you expect any ring rust or things to feel a little different because of your inactivity?
You know, I spent this time with this time helped me. I feel myself fresh, mentally, physically, and now I'm just wanna fight. I feel smell of the fight now, and I answer on a lot of questions, and now I just need to go and be ready to the fight, and I hope we will show great fight for the boxing fans.
All of your opponents have to figure out how to get around your jab. You've got to deal with his jab, which is really good. How do you two to do that?
We will see on Saturday night. We will see.
All right. Eddie, what do you say about Bivol? He's back. A lot of people didn't think we'd see him this year. He's got Lyndon Arthur, a tough guy from your home country.
Yeah, we just saw Jai Arpatai, a future pound-for-pound star, already a pound-for-pound star. Last 2 fights, clear victory over Canelo Alvarez, at the time the pound-for-pound #1. Dominant victory over Gilberto Ramirez. Saturday night, you'll see another dominant performance from Bivol, and then the undisputed fight. Now, this guy deserves a shot at all the belts. That's what he wants. We believe he's the best light heavyweight in the world. We believe Callum Smith's going to take care of Beterbiev, and those two will meet for undisputed. But Saturday night, take care of business. Lyndon Arthur's a great fighter. This man is levels above. He's a pound-for-pound great. You'll see him in action on Saturday.
Let's see if he can show it. Give it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. The light heavyweight champion of the world, Dimitri Bivol.
Let's welcome our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round international heavyweight contest. It is brought to you in association with Salida Promotions and Miller Time Promotions. First, we welcome, coming to us from Brooklyn, New York, USA. He brings an undefeated record with 26 wins, 1 draw, 22 of his 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jarrell Big Baby Mill. Greenwich, London, England. He brings a professional record of 19 wins, 2 defeats, with 18 of his 19 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBA regular heavyweight champion of the world, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
Yo, Big Baby. Every baby has a daddy, and I'm gonna beat you like I'm your daddy.
We will welcome to the scale first, Jarrell Miller. £333 for Jarrell Miller. Now to the scale, Daniel Dubois. £239 for Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round international heavyweight contest.
Darren, nearly 100 pounds difference between the two. It's not often, that was almost expected. It's been bubbling up between those two since the face-off, since the press conference back in London 6 weeks ago. But back to it, Daniel Dubois almost looks small at 239 pounds,
He looks
doesn't
lean, and he's going to need that speed of hand and feet. Incredible stuff.
My daddy, my nuts. You size of my nuts, your brain's the size of my nuts, you shrimp.
Well, you're 333 pounds, you're big everywhere, let's be honest about it.
Goddamn right, damn right.
How do you intend to use that weight advantage to your advantage?
Man, listen, walk him down, beat him up. You know, he got a brains the size of a shrimp. That's what we gonna do. We gonna turn the shrimp and fry. We gonna glaze him. We gonna grill him. We gonna broil him. Either way, the shrimp gonna get cooked. Tune in.
All right, Big Baby, Jarrell Miller. Daniel Dubois, obviously he's doing his best to get into your head, to intimidate you. Has it worked at all?
None of it. I'm ready for fight. You know, I see him in the ring. I'm ready for him.
So he weighs 333 pounds. Do you think he can go the distance with you? Is that your plan, just to gas him out?
I'm not worried about none of that. You know, this is Africa and we slaughter lambs out here.
All right, let's bring in your promoter, Frank Ward. What do you think about this matchup? It might steal the show.
Look, to me, it's a really, really intriguing fight. It's 50-50 fight on paper. I think he wins it, our man. But one thing's for sure, you will not be able to take your eyes off it. He's been hunting him down, looking to throw those bombs. Both of them have got to prove a point, both of them. And for the winner, where the winner goes up. The loser, where does he go? Everything's on the line.
Can't wait to see it. Ade, back to you.
Back to me indeed. We've still got 4 fighters left to come on the stage, our 4 co-main and main event guys. You probably saw Michael Buffer on the stage as well. The legendary Hall of Famer is going to be here announcing the co-main and main events. Look, this brings to end what has been an absolutely fantastic 2023 for DAZN, but don't worry, 2024 starts with a bang.
This will be the greatest atmosphere you have ever witnessed in a boxing ring.
Here we go. A body shot, his 19th knockout and his 19th win.
What a fight! What a fight! And Sean cannot keep this pace going. Tremendous action. Unbelievable.
Punches like this, both exchanges vicious hooks.
His professional record, a perfect one.
This is a championship fight.
Yeah, some absolutely fantastic fights, isn't it? Ortiz versus Lawson. Good to see Virgil Ortiz back in action at 154 pounds. Munguia versus Ryder and then Balanga versus McCrory, all part of your subscription, all coming your way at the start of 2024. All right, let's get back to it. Michael Buffer is ready to introduce the co-main and main events.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, Saturday, 23 December 2023, the world will witness Day of Reckoning, an evening of world-class professional boxing at the Kingdom Arena, Boulevard City, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Brought to you by Hall of Fame promoter Mr. Frank Warren on behalf of Queensbury Promotions for Riyadh season and National Events Center in association with the General Entertainment Authority, Gold Star Promotions, and Sela. Now let's continue with the weigh-in for the final 2 bouts of the evening for tomorrow night. This next contest is presented in association with Bomb Squad. It's scheduled for 12 rounds for the vacant WBC International and WBO Intercontinental Unified Heavyweight Championships. It's former world champion versus former world champion. So now let's bring the fighters to the stage and then to the scales. Coming out first, bringing a professional record consisting of 36 fights, 33 victories, including 23 wins by knockout with 3 defeats. He comes to us from South Auckland, New Zealand. He's ranked number 3 in the world by the WBO. He is the former WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Lupe Soliai Laole Ole Maleatoa, a.k.a. Big Joseph Parker. And now to the stage, his opponent, bringing a professional record consisting of 46 fights, 43 victories, including 42 KOs, only 2 defeats with 1 draw. He is ranked number 1 in the world by the WBA and WBC. From Tuscaloosa, Alabama, USA, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronx Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Former champion versus former champion on the scales, Joseph Parker. 245.3 pounds for the former world champion, Big Joseph Parker. Next onto the scales, the former world champion from the United States, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Here he comes onto the scales, the former champion Deontay Wilder. Official weight, 213 pounds for Deontay Wilder. Former world champion versus former world champion on the line. The prestigious 2 titles, WBC vacant title, WBC International Championship, WBO Intercontinental Championship. 12 rounds scheduled.
Deontay Wilder, 213 pounds. He has been as low as that, but obviously clearly a lot heavier against Helenius, a lot heavier against Tyson Fury in that 3rd fight. What do you make of Deontay Wilder's weight?
I think he's using more footwork. He wants to use the ring a little bit more now that he's fighting behind the jabs, trying to set up that big right hand. So I think he's working more on defense and head movement, and of course landing a big right hand. Yeah, coming in lighter is actually going to be it's going to be good for him.
Yeah. For those wondering why Deontay Wilder's wearing hand wrap, it's because he was trying on gloves behind the stage a bit earlier.
That's the first time I've ever seen a fighter weigh in with hand wraps.
Never seen that.
I mean, it's quite intimidating as well. He's ready to fight.
Probably another pound. Probably weighs it at 212.
Crazy. But look, this is an interesting encounter.
Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder, former world champion versus former world champion.
Yeah, Wilder looks lean. Lean and muscular compared to, you know, the body structure of Parker, who's a little shorter, a little bit more muscular. But I like this lean, mean fighting machine that we're seeing in front of us right now. I think Deontay Wilder's going to be all right with the weight coming in this light.
Joe Parker's got to be disciplined like a private school kid. He's got to have the focus of an eagle. He's got to be switched on for every second of every round if he wants any chance of winning
on the inside or the outside. He needs to really keep this fight with the strategy. Like, he needs to fight on the inside hard, or he needs to fight smart on the outside.
Boulevard City, Riyadh.
All of a sudden, all week, I feel like people's opinions of this fight have changed. I think everyone had Joseph Parker as a massive underdog. Still an underdog, but not a massive one now, I don't believe.
It's because of the activity and the fact that he's so hungry for this opportunity.
Here with Big Joseph Parker in your last fight with Simon Keane. You looked fantastic. Yeah. You stopped him. You were quite aggressive. Can you afford to be that aggressive against Deontay Wilder?
Listen, we're here, we're ready, and I can't wait. And I'm going to be aggressive, and I want to go in there and execute this plan, follow the strategies, and get the win.
You're very good friends with Tyson Fury. You train with him all the time. He had the trilogy with Deontay. What advice did he give you as you prepare to step in with the Bronze Bomber?
Don't get hit with the right hand, and don't get knocked out.
Easy enough. Andy, you'll be in his corner. What have you told him to focus on besides don't get knocked out?
Fight fire with fire.
Really?
Let your hands go.
So you're not going to be surprised if Joseph Parker gets a KO?
We expect it.
They expect it, everybody. Can Joseph Parker knock out Deontay Wilder? We'll find out tomorrow night. He's already got his hands wrapped, but that's because you're trying on gloves, right? You're not ready to go ahead and fight now, are you?
I mean, the fight ain't today?
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
Deontay, I think you've looked more relaxed, more jovial. It seems like this is your second home. It's not quite like Tuscaloosa. Am I seeing things, or are you really this calm and collected?
I mean, I'm just this calm and collective, you know what I mean? I've been here many times before. I done fought his style before. He's never fought a style like mine. He never have felt a power that I bring and possess, you know? So, and I do feel like this is a second home for me. I feel like it's home. The way the people have treated me, the way just the energy and the vibe and the aura, it feels like my second country. So I'm going to perform as if it is.
You just heard him and his trainer say they're going to fight fire with fire. If they do indeed do that, what's going to happen?
Bam, baby, good night.
Your trainer, Malik, what do you think for Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker, when you heard about this matchup? What did you work on in the gym to prepare him for this fight?
Well, Joseph, he has the perfect style for Deontay to look spectacular against tomorrow, and that's what he's going to do. Deontay weighed 213, 214. This is a weight where he give out his most decapitation work, and tomorrow is not going to be no difference.
All right, Deontay, your final words to the fans watching around the world right now.
To all the fans, I love you so much. Thank you for the love and support that you guys have been giving me over the years. And I'm not going to disappoint you. You know, I come to bring the pain. I come to bring the excitement. And like I always say, don't blink, baby. Because bam, baby, good night. My new nickname is Dr. Sleep, and I'm adopting that name. So I got NyQuil in the right hand. I told him to bring a pillow and bring a blanket because it get chilly over here as well. So you know, I can't wait. Bomb Squad!
Deontay Wilder, everybody.
With the final bout of the evening tomorrow night at Day of Reckoning, 12 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division, presented by Queensbury Promotions and Matchroom Boxing in association with AJ Boxing and Salida Promotions. Let's bring the fighters to the scales. Coming out first with a record of 27 fights, 26 victories, including 14 wins by knockout, only one defeat. Originally from Sweden, now living, training, and fighting out of the Big Apple, New York City, New York, USA. He's the former EBU European Heavyweight Champion, ranked number 2 in the world by the IBF. He is Otto Wallin Deontay. And now coming to the stage with his professional record standing at 29 fights, 26 victories, including 23 big wins by knockout against 3 defeats. From Watford, London, England, the former WBO, IBF, IBO, WBA heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, we put corn in clips. How many times did we take them trips? I was walking around with a 3-8 spin. How many times did I take that risk? How many times did they shoot and miss? How many times did they touch civilians, then try and rap and claim that? How many lives been taken? How many times did we take off strips? How many blows did I have in the chamber and that still got hit? How many matches?
Stepping onto the scales first, ranked number 2 in the world by the IBF, Otto Wallin Deontay. 238.6 pounds. Next onto the scales, the former unified heavyweight world champion from London, AJ Anthony Joshua. 251 pounds on the nose for the former unified world heavyweight champion. Tomorrow night, day of reckoning, the final bout of the evening. AJ Anthony Joshua, Otto Wallin Deontay, 12 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division.
We always say it when we see AJ on the scales, but he does look in absolutely fantastic shape.
Also, Wally, just give him a round of applause just to appreciate the shape he's in. But yeah, tremendous condition, tremendous fight. Over to both these fighters now to really make a case for themselves and shine on Saturday night.
Yeah, but when doesn't AJ look like he's chiseled out of marble? He's always looking in shape.
For the final bout of the evening at the Kingdom Arena here in Boulevard City, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Day of reckoning. The big boys of the ring. Wallin versus Joshua for the final contest. Available worldwide on pay-per-view. Day of reckoning.
Normally AJ has a bit of back and forth. He did it with Hellenius, we've seen him do it in the past. Not saying a word here to Otto Wallin.
No, there's been a lot of talking this week, even before the week, and it's just time to hear that first bell, both eagerly awaiting it. Wallin fancies this, so does AJ, makes for a cracking contest.
He's wearing AirPods. Is he listening to something, do you think? Or trying to block out the noise?
Yeah, perhaps, but he's seen this all before, AJ.
Saudi Arabia.
What's this week been like for you?
Well, it's been a lot of work, but it's all part of it. We got to promote the show, promote the fight, and I'm just happy it's finally here.
I know you're predicting that you're going to beat AJ, but how do you do it? How do you beat Anthony Joshua?
I think by just being myself. I'm a smart fighter. I'm a southpaw. I trained for this moment for a very, very, very long time, so I'm very much ready for it.
Your biggest claim to fame, or people know you best perhaps, from your fight against Tyson Fury. What's the bigger challenge for you, that fight against Fury or this fight against AJ?
We see tomorrow, but I just know tomorrow's got to be a new king, and he's from Sweden.
All right. Good luck to you. All in. Otto Wallin, everybody. And now here, obviously, with Anthony Joshua, what's going on in that brain of yours? You look just like I can't read you at all. Normally, you're so jovial and happy.
I'm happy. I'm jovial. Look at everyone here today. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. Viewers at home as well, we appreciate you. Everyone that's tuning in from all over the world, we appreciate you. As I say, this is the best fight card in history, and I'm here with you guys, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now.
You've known him for a long, long time. How confident are you that you're going to get the win, or do you expect it to be very difficult?
Well, if my prayers are answered, I'll get the win. I've been focused, praying hard, and whatever God wants for me, I'm going to follow that path, innit? Who knows, but I'm making sure it's not just prayer, I'm following up by action as well.
Eddie, he took this fight on short notice, a very tough opponent. Did you try and dissuade him from taking this fight?
No, he knows, you know, the training team knows. You got to go through people like Otto Wallin. He's come, he's talked a great game. We'll see if it's real or false confidence. Doesn't matter, he's ready. You're going to see what I believe is the best heavyweight in the world tomorrow night. You're going to see a dominant and brutal performance. He's going to take this guy out. Remember these words.
All right, and Anthony, obviously all in the media right now, everyone's talking about a future fight, you versus Deontay. We saw Tyson Fury had a fight signed with Usyk, and he almost got beat by an MMA guy. How are you focused on this fight and not worried about that fight?
Let me not make that same mistake. Listen, I'm a serious fighter. I'm a serious businessman as well. I've got a great team behind me. They're handling business, but as I always say, let me focus on what I've got to focus on. Without Saturday night, there is no future. The Saturday night, as I've been saying all week, that's been my main focus. So whatever happens in the ring, I know that's where my heart is, innit? I need to get this win. I hope everyone's supporting me. If you pray, put me in your prayers, and let's go out there and handle business. And as I said, I appreciate everyone for coming out. Lots of love, yeah?
There you go, the smile's back, everybody. Give it up for Anthony Joshua. Ade, back to you. I know you're smiling too.
Yeah, just a little smile from myself. AJ called it the best fight card in history. Let's remind ourselves of that fight card. We kick things off in the heavyweight division. Frank Sanchez takes on Junior Farr. We stick with the heavyweights. Philip Hrgovic, unbeaten Philip Hrgovic, takes on Mark Demori. The best cruiserweight in the world, Jaya Fatai, takes on Ellis Zorro. Back to the heavyweight division, Arslan Bakhmatmudov will take on Agit Kabayel. WBA light heavyweight world champion Dimitri Bivol will defend that belt against Lyndon Arthur. Daniel Dubois versus Jarrell Miller. That one's getting a bit of heat. And then we go to the big boys. Former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder takes on Joseph Parker. And you just heard from him there. Former unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua will take on Otto Wallin. I'm liking this, guys. It feels like we are there now. This is it. One more sleep, less than 24 hours away to what a lot of people are calling the best fight card we've ever seen.
Yeah, and it is. How can it not be? It's incredible. Look at the fights on the card from top to bottom. There's so much talent, so much narrative between all the fights. Dubois, Miller, the Wilder Parker, the main event. It's incredible. Absolutely stacked.
It really is. I mean, it takes you back to the 1980s, those Don King heavyweight action cards. But this is the best of the best in the heavyweight division in an exotic country. All eyes are going to be in Saudi Arabia. This is going to be like the Rumble in the Jungle where all eyes were in Zaire. You know, Muhammad Ali, the heavyweight, George Foreman type. This is a heavyweight night of boxing everyone's going to be watching.
You mentioned Don King. We've got a couple of really good promoters that are going to come and join us next as well. Another big fight to tell you about, 27th of January next year. Jaime Munguia, unbeaten Jaime Munguia, takes on John Ryder.
He wants to take on the world.
Could it be the next big thing?
Big right hand breaks through. And Munguia filling those gaps. And down goes Derevyanchenko.
He's taking on all challenges.
Heart of a lion, John Ryder.
He's a warrior.
What a fight. What a fight we have here in our main event. We got Grace under pressure.
This must be like my edition of Face Off here. We've got Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn together. This is good. This is good to see as well for boxing. Look, before we talk about the future, let's talk about what we've just seen here. Incredible fight card that you guys have helped put on together.
It's a brilliant fight card. You know, we talked about it yesterday. Intriguing fights for all the fighters on there. It's a big moment for them. There's guys trying to regain their reputation to get back into the top echelon of the sport, and there's guys on there who feel they can, by beating these opponents, beating the champions or former champions, to get them into the next stage. But it's a tough fight for all of them.
Yeah.
And I think they're all inspired by the fact that they're at the Riyadh Festival. I think they're inspired by knowing what will come in the future, and it incentivizes them to do their best. And I think we're going to see some excellent fights, and I definitely feel we're going to see some upsets.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about upsets as well. I like how AJ was like, let's not focus on Deontay Wilder, let's focus what's in front of us tomorrow, Otto Wallin. Tough task for AJ.
Yeah, we've been there before. Madison Square Garden, everyone was talking about AJ Wilder. All of a sudden, you're walking back to the hotel thinking, what on earth's happened? You know, he got beat by Andy Ruiz. Not looking to make that mistake again. It's a very tough fight. Wallin seems extremely confident. You know, his heart was beating heavy in the head-to-head, but he knows it's a big task. And I don't know, I've got a great feeling about tomorrow night. I really see a dominant performance and a violent one from Anthony Joshua as well. Great link up with Ben Davison, but we know the task ahead. It's not an easy fight, and especially when there's the potential of something. There always seems to be the potential of something, but just got to handle business tomorrow night.
So many great fights on the card, Frank. A lot of people think that your guy could be the fight of the night. Jarrell Miller versus Daniel Dubois. Nearly 100 pounds difference between the two. A little push and shove as well.
Wasn't a little push, it was a big push. Nearly knocked me over. It's a tough fight for Daniel, but he's very, very confident. And he's showing for me a lot more, I can't say confident, a bit more about him now, rather than he's been in the past. Basically, he's been pretty reserved and does his talking through his fist in the ring. But this time round, he seems very, very full of himself. He fancies it, and he says he's going to punish him tomorrow. And for Jarrell Miller, you know, he can't afford to lose either. If he loses, I don't know where he goes.
A lot of superstars on the card. One of the superstars is Jaya Pataya, who I think is the best cruiserweight on the planet, will be a pound-for-pounder for sure. But he has in front of him Ellis Zorro, unbeaten, nothing to lose. We've seen upsets before.
Yeah, and you know, I think Opatara is the best cruiserweight in the world. But you know, Ellis Zorro, one of Frank's guys, what a chance for him, and Lyndon Arthur as well. Big outsiders. But you know, is Opatara overlooking? You know, there's always plans, isn't there? We sit down. You know, His Excellency's got plans for this fight after, and sometimes when you get someone like Lyndon Arthur or Ellis Zorro, this is a shot of a lifetime for them. So they're going to come prepared. He's an undefeated fighter. So is Opataya, but I think this kid's very special. You know, we saw him against Jordan Thompson. Is Zorro good enough to hang at those levels? We'll find out. Great chance for him, but I think you're talking about a future pound-for-pound great in Opataya.
One thing we have seen, and that's what His Excellency has done, is brought you two together. And that's important for the growth of the sport, isn't it? Frank and Eddie are smiling. It's important though, isn't it, for the growth of the sport? When you see what's happened in America with HBO and Showtime, to see two of the big promoters working with each other, broadcasters working with each other, things can only get better, surely.
Yeah, I mean, there's always rivalry. I'm sure there'll be rivalry next week, but we're not idiots. I think we love the sport. And when there's massive opportunities for our fighters and our business and the sport of boxing, you know, we'd be plonkers if we didn't try and make this work. And you know, we had a nice evening last night.
Thanks for the invite.
No, I think maybe actually he's not too bad after all, maybe, you know, but it's exciting. I mean, I've never been involved with anything like this before. And,
Nor
you know,
me.
and,
I
think, like I said, regardless of the rivalry, we love the sport. And this is a massive opportunity for boxing.
Without a doubt, it is. And look, as Eddie said, we cannot afford to let this get ruined. And it won't do, because I think there's everybody's like-minded. Because at the end of the day, what counts are the fighters, and the fighters are getting life-changing money for these fights, and we can't stand in the way for whatever reasons we feel we might. So they will take place. There'll be more bigger fights next year. We'll be working on them, providing our guys all come through. We'll be working in association with each other on quite a few of the events. So I'm looking forward to it, because I think this is the start of something really, really big.
Yeah, Fury Usyk's already done for Undisputed, right? We're looking forward to that one in February. AJ Wilder, that's the one everyone's been talking about for years. 5 years, we feel like they've been circling each other. We're this close now. If they both come through their respective fights on Saturday, is that a done deal?
No, not yet, but we'll see. Things can move very quickly over here, and it's no secret that His Excellency wants to make the biggest fights in boxing. He's already done it. Frank's done it with Fury Usyk. We'd love to get that fight over the line. You know, we know there's a proposed date for March, but you've got to get through Saturday, both guys. And by the way, Deontay Wilder's not in a gimme at all against Parker. And both guys have got to get through injury-free. We know Usyk Fury was potentially on December. All of a sudden you have a tough fight, you get dropped and the date gets pushed back. So not only have they got to win, but they've got to win well without any damage. So we'll see after tomorrow night, but let's just win, Eddie, eh? Come on.
Yeah, let's just win.
We've done
no,
this
you
before.
are right.
Let's just
you
get
are
the
right.
win.
Let's not do that again. So many banana skins around us. Before we wrap, so many great fights on the card. Go on, Frank, pick your fight of the night. What are you thinking?
Do you know, it's really difficult. I mean, for my self-interest, obviously it's Daniel. I think it's a 50-50 fight on paper. I think my man will do the job, but it's going to be, it's going to be quite interesting to see how he comes back from his loss against Usyk. And I think the two joint main events, whichever one it is, I think both of those fights, there's a lot of jeopardy involved for both the former world champions, and obviously as the former world champion in Joe Parker being there. The two opponents, the two guys in the red corner, both of those have a massive opportunity. So that's why, again, there'll be competitive fights, there'll be great fights, and the one thing is, out of all this, the winners will be the fans, because this is a magnificent night of boxing. And as Eddie said, neither of us have been involved in a show like this before, never seen anything like it. And they go from strength to strength.
I've got to stop it, Eddie. I can't even get yours. I'm sorry. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for what AJ called the best fight card we've ever seen.
Live on DAZN pay-per-view, December 23rd. Day of reckoning. The sun is rising as the biggest names in boxing, Joshua versus Wilder.
Right hand.
And Wilder versus Parker, headline a history-making boxing card.
Down he goes.
Witness the furnace of fight night. Reckoning is in the ring. Live on DAZN pay-per-view December 23rd. Buy now at DAZN.com.
Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill. Streaming this season on Disney+.
Yeah, you remind me of butterfly dolls. Waist tight with a body like gold. Hit you with the Dougie Fresh pose.
She a freak, she a dancer. She gon' pop it on camera. Throw it back if you nasty. Oh. Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low.
Google Pixel 8.
Red light, green light, go.
Better. It's out there. But you've got to chase it down. Time to cut the rope. Get stuck in. Turn him into him. Learning things my teachers couldn't teach. Reaching heights I never thought I'd reach. I'm part of a crew now, never alone. From nowhere to everywhere. I left a small town and turned it around. I was born in Blythe, but I was made in the Royal Navy.
Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.